Be a lot of fun. One sec here. Let's wait for this chat to roll in. I'm going to go ahead and pull the chat right here. We're going to put it right there. So hang tight. One sec here. One sec. All right. Let me pull the chat up. So today's going to be fun. We're going to be looking at just finishing up those secondary fire they're not really called secondary fire options, are they? They're called, at this point, they're called like specialty fire upgrades, because I worked on one while I wasn't streaming, and I worked a little bit more last night, and I want to show it to you. It basically adds a bunch of cash. It gives cash to the player when you get a headshot. So that's the secondary fire. I think we talked about this a couple weeks ago. Let me update the thumbnail here. Bring the chat up. One sec here. Hey, guys. Come on in. Come on in. Yeah. I've been trying to figure out. I can't quite figure out how to get a cutout of me on when I'm actually working. But then when I go full screen, I want the cutout to go away, and you can see my office. So I'm still figuring that out. I'm not quite sure how to do that. But let me go ahead and open up the chat here. Ednick Dev. Did I use Substance Painter? Me and Felipe primarily did the 3D art for Twisted Tower. And yeah, he used Substance Painter for that. But when it comes to like Pro Builder was that was just textures. We used textures from textures.com. All right, one sec here. Pull up the chat so that I can see it right here on this monitor. There you guys are. Good, good, good. Hey, huge thank you to some new students. Vincent H, Michael P, Ross T, Mark R, Calilou L, and Michael P. Welcome to Full-Time Game Dev. By the way, one of you enrolled, I believe, yesterday, and I forgot to add your name. I will give you a shout out tomorrow. By the way, guys, if you want to check out Full-Time Game Dev, check it out using the link below. This is a massive program. 4,500 students worldwide have joined the program. It's massive. It's huge. It's the greatest thing ever. No, it actually is really good because it's taught by an actual indie game developer. That's me. And if you want to learn how to make an income from your games, from a home office or from a studio in your apartment, I could teach you how to do that. I've done it multiple times, whether it's getting funding from publishers, whether it's getting 6 figures on Kickstarter, whether it's hitting the Steam front page, whether it's getting press coverage from Time Magazine or Kotaku, PC Gamer, whether it's getting streamers like Jacksepticeye or Game Grumps to play your game. I've done all of that. I'm on my 3rd commercial release right now. That's what we're going to work on today. So if there's somebody who can show you how to turn indie games into a business, I'm right here. It's 25% off for the next 5 days, depending on when you click that link. If you click that link below, it's going to generate a 5-day coupon for you. And you got 5 days to use it. I just don't want thousands of coupons rolling around. Now, there's a bunch of ways to make money as an indie game developer. Some of you have probably noticed, wow, Thomas makes some money on YouTube now. Sponsorships or selling courses. That's kind of my business model right now in this time in my life. And I really, really like it. However, if you're just getting started in indie games, I've done all of the previous funding methods I've just mentioned. Publishers, Kickstarter, hitting the Steam front page, Steam sales. I used to do all of that. I still do all of that, but YouTube, I'm kind of like a full-time YouTube game developer now. All that said, I've done a lot of different ways of making money, and so I could show you how to do all of them. Chris Stair used this course to go full-time. Bart Mamser used this course to go full-time. Everflux Games used this course to go full-time. So, y'all ready? Let's jump in to Unity. Oh, by the way, there's a free webinar below on how to make 6 figures with just a demo. Guys, I can't promise anything with any of this stuff. I can just tell you what I've done in my career. All right, you guys ready to jump into, let's see here, our task list. What did we have Let me double check something here. I'm wondering why this stream looks a little grainy. It's 920. Is it 1080p, guys? Are we streaming at 1080p? I think we are, right? We are. Yeah, so I'm trying out this whole green screen thing. We'll see if we like it. Do we prefer the green screen, guys, or do we prefer a nice little clean square at the bottom of the screen? What do you guys prefer? Let me know in the chat. All right, so yesterday, where I left off, and this was before, let's see here. This was before we ended our stream. I'm sorry, this was after we ended the stream. I basically made it so that you get cash every time you get a headshot, and it plays a cool sound, which I think is really fun. So that's the secondary fire, or the specialty fire option for the Marble Matey. It all works. There's one issue though, and I'll show it to you in a sec. All right. All right. You like the normal camera? John, you like the normal camera as opposed to a cutout? Okay. Anybody else? So we get cash, see? So I made that yesterday. Now you might be wondering, well, why don't you just use it over and over again? Well, you'll run out of ammo, right? So that's why. You like the green screen, Mike? Okay, anybody else? What do we think? I prefer the green screen in this scene. I don't prefer it here though. This is where I'm like, I need a nice, clean, beautiful image. And so I can't quite figure out how to do both, because you can't use a green screen filter on a webcam and also do full screen. It basically makes that you can only use the footage once in Streamlabs, which is really strange. Okay, how many games have I made? I've made 3. It's my 3rd commercial release. This is I made a game called Pinstripe, a game called Neversong, and this is called Twisted Tower. So we have an issue here. The issue is when we upgrade this weapon, we want an overlay to appear that explains, hey, you're going to get cash. Every time you get a headshot, you're going to get cash. So I'm going to go ahead and throw the Magnum pickup onto the floor right here. We'll also do a coin pickup. And you notice that all of my prefabs are using very generic phrases, and that's because the flourish of a game or the theme of a game might change, but its core functionality doesn't. So in this case, coins are like the most generic. You could call it currency, but coins are like the most generic prefab name. So a lot of our prefabs, most of our prefabs are very, very, very generic. Yeah, so Mike, you only want to see it on the game dev screen. I totally agree. I don't want it here. I want this to be a nice, clean, full screen of Thomas's office. Because I think that's really, I think you guys like to see where I'm working. So that's probably what I'll try and do. If you guys have any ideas on how to do that with Streamlabs, let me know. Okay, so there's that. And then we're going to go ahead and throw in our vending machine as well. And I want to show you guys the issue. The issue is this. I'm going to clear out the game manager. Yeah, we don't really have time for tickets exploding out of the head, Mike, but I do agree that would be sweet. That would be really, really cool. PC Good says, how many wish lists does Twisted Tower have? We are approaching, we're very close to 100,000. So let's not max out. Thomas, stop maxing out. It's just habit. Sorry, guys. Thomas, you're my favorite. You are my favorite part of game dev. To me, the worst is definitely putting the animations. Wait, Thomas, what are your Wow, I'm really narcissistic. Thomas, what are your favorite parts of game dev? To me, the worst is definitely putting the animations and character controllers. Yeah, I agree. My favorite part is writing the music, interestingly. And that's interesting because Chris Palazos is going to finish the soundtrack for this game. And that's because I am slammed to the gills as a solo dev on this project. So I hired out Chris Palazos to finish out the music. He's great. Don't get me wrong. He's amazing. It's just hard for me. It's hard for me because I know that music is my favorite. Let's turn off... hang on. Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and I want to show you what's going on here. If I grab all this stuff... You'll see the headshot doesn't give me extra cash. So let's go ahead and upgrade this. And you'll see the issue here. When I press yes to upgrade, it shows me this, right? Headshot jackpot. This shouldn't appear at all. There should be no instructions because it's not a secondary fire. It's just a specialty fire. So there is a script here that's for some reason, let's see here. Hide the instructions entirely for input instructions. Okay, so this debug.log is logging in the console because of this script here. So let's open this up. And for some reason, it's not deactivating the instructions. Despite the fact that the log is occurring on the right line, it's not changing and hiding anything. So let's see here. Secondary fire integer is being set to 4 right here. Let's double check something here. Okay, so if we take a look at the actual instructions animator, if the integer is set to 4, it should be going. Yeah, so it's not setting the integer to 4 for some reason. It's setting it to 0. If I set it to 4, you can see now it's hidden. So that's what's so weird. For some reason, it's setting the integer back to 0. Isn't that weird, guys? Why is that happening? Let's double check something here. So if the gamepad is null, meaning I'm using my mouse, these are the different animations that can occur. Okay. So where's it occurring? Let's double check. Right here. So for some reason, it's not setting the secondary fire to 0. Or to 4. Let's double check. Maybe there's a misspelling. Nope. Wow. I don't know. It could be... We're going to debug this. The value is... And then add here. Here we go. Get integer. Secondary fire. So it's going to tell me what that is. For some reason, it's reverting. We're going to figure this out, I promise. It could be this right here. Begin secondary fire purchase animation. Oh, it does it again? Wait, what? Whoa. Whoa. Hang on. Hang on. Guys, what was I just looking at? Hang on. This is crazy. It's happening twice. So it's setting the animator integer twice. Okay. What did we agree with? Do we agree with the green screen? Do we like green screen? Okay, if you like green screen, type green screen. If you like Thomas in the full, like in a square, type square. Okay. Oh boy. So for some reason, we're getting it twice. We're setting the integer secondary fire int twice. What is that? This is the upgrade logic. What? Input instructions. Look at this, guys. It's happening twice. What? Look. They're getting set twice. One here. Ugh. We should really only be doing that once. Why? I'm trying to figure out why this is occurring twice. Look at this. It happens in the confirmation here, but then it also happens here. What? Okay. Whoa. I think I need to create a function out of this. Your guess is as good as mine, guys. This is kind of a mess. Update instructions. Burnt. Okay, so we have this issue with reference. So this is going to be a void. And it's going to need a reference input, which is what? What's the class for reference? The class is reference. Whoa. Oh man, action reference, which is this. It's an input action reference. Okay. And we'll just type reference here. Crap, reference.index. Man, we have two totally different ways of doing this. What is happening? Let's see what that is. Hold on one sec, guys. Let's see what reference is. This is so ugly. I had no idea this was happening. Reference is what? Weapon reference. Okay, it's a weapon reference. This is disgusting. This is so gross. This is the worst code ever. I'm just gonna do it. This is so bad. I'm gonna for some reason it's redundant and I don't know why. Does not equal 5. Okay. I'm just gonna do it. This is terrible. It's one of those things where there's redundancy and I'm gonna assume that there's a reason why I'm going to assume there's a reason why there's redundancy, but I have no idea. We're going to set this one to 4. And then this one to 4 as well. I understand that you guys don't fully know what's going on. Nope, we're not going to refactor. We're going to move forward. Oh, this makes me feel so gross. The reason why we're not going to refactor is because the game is almost done. And I don't really have time to refactor. Ugh. But let's go ahead and try this out and see if it works. That was a 5 instead of a 4. Does not equal 5. 4, 4, 4. This one up here, same thing. Oh, it's a 5. Ah, yes. Thank you. Does not equal 5. So basically what it's doing, guys, is it's setting the animator of the instructions on how to use the secondary fire based on what kind of weapon it is. If it's a hammer, you actually click and hold, left click, or you do the right trigger. So you got to create a, look, if we've got a gamepad, then do this. If we don't have a gamepad, do this. Okay, well, what if it's anything except for the hammer or the pistol, the marble blasting pistol? Then just show the right click or the left trigger. Otherwise, just hide it, right? So terrible code, horrible. But we're just gonna move forward. I have no idea why it's so redundant. So, no, this is definitely spaghetti code. This is bad. I've kind of accepted that this game's gonna have bad code. Because it's running pretty good in terms of like no bugs. Optimization, that's a whole other story. The code is not the problem though. That redundancy is not happening inside of, let's say, an update, so it's not causing problems. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look here. For some reason, Unity's really struggling though. It's not because of the code, I promise you. It wasn't doing this yesterday. Come on. Did I not pick up the weapon? There we go.
I got the best deals.
Hang on.
No.
We need to clear the game manager. For some reason, I'm getting really slow code. Or really slow performance in Unity, and I don't know why. It's like really bad right now. I'm gonna enter play mode one more time here. Man, it's really slow, guys. The irony of what I was just saying. It's like really slow. Look, I can't. There we go. It's weird. It's like it's just deciding to misbehave. What is happening? I don't know. Weird. Look at that. It's just constantly hiccuping. So weird.
Are you sure about that, chap?
Okay, let's take a look. Ugh. So far today is sucking. Let's double check. Look, it's set to 0 for some reason, and Unity is so slow right now. Why are you set to 0? The value is 0. But it's getting set here, and immediately... What? Look at that. Am I misspelling something? Yeah, it's happening right here, and it's immediately getting set to 0. Look at this. Reference index is here, and it is ASD 5. Okay, so it's 5. If it equals 1, if it doesn't equal 5, then it goes to here and does this. It immediately jumps to this right here. The value is 0. Secondary fire int. Does the getter set it? No. Look at that, guys. It's getting set right here to 4. How much you want to bet it's happening in the animation? I bet you it is. Or something. I don't know what's happening. It's setting, it's literally getting set to 4 right here, and then it goes to 0. It's like there's a magical occurrence here. How do I add a breakpoint? I've never done that before, actually. I've never added a breakpoint during a debug. So go ahead. Is it a print? Left side where okay, so that adds a breakpoint. Okay. Let's try it out. I don't know what's going on, honestly. No idea. Jaren says, watching you suffer makes me happy. Wow. I'm just kidding. Oh, man. I'm feeling kind of frustrated right now and feeling miserable, and I'm also feeling angry and depressed. I've got two competing issues here. Unity is acting like a mother effer. It's just super slow right now. It's like every second it's slow. And if it doesn't speed up, I'm going to do 3 things. I need to write it down. We're going to restart Unity. There's a plugin that's running that I can't mention that is causing some issues, I think. And then I'm also going to turn off the green screen, because that might be causing the issue. Oh, stop! Oh. It's so slow. It's like every freaking 5 seconds it freezes. Stop. It does feel like the setter is wrong. Is it maxed out? Like it can't handle 4. Is it because I have a space there? I have no idea, honestly. The setter defaults to 0. Yeah, I don't know. Look at this. It's driving me crazy.
I got the best deals and upgrades. No strings attached. Are you sure about that?
The value is 0. Okay, I'm gonna have to restart Unity because it's like really bad right now. So let's first do restart Unity, see if this speeds up. I'm gonna go ahead and just save this. Yeah, it hits the point in the code. If I double click this, it takes me there. It's hitting right here. My theory is it's happening again somewhere. I feel like it's happening here. Hang on. The value is this. Okay. I feel like it's happening. I don't know. Begin secondary fire. What? That's so weird. It could be a typo. I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to do this. Now, input instructions is an animator. It's not a custom class. Anyway, let's go ahead and close all this and figure out why we're getting so many weird blips. All right. Let's close some crap down. See what we can... I'm going to Control-Alt-Delete. One sec, y'all. Figure out what's going on here. I'm going to cancel NVIDIA brought. Well, let's open up Unity again and see what we get. All right. My PC is struggling and I don't know why. I have a theory that it's this. It's right here. So let's open up Twisted Tower again and figure out why Unity is so slow right now. Int was lowercased as opposed to the int in the code. Could be. I watched that episode of Black Mirror last night about the it was like the minions on the PC or something. It was like a game where you could farm these creatures and the creatures eventually overtake the world. Has anybody seen that episode? Man. Whew, my computer is really struggling right now. So weird. We've got an indexing occurring right here. So it's indexing, that's a problem. Let's see here. I bet you it's the green screen. Oh man, so slow. Look at this. There it goes. All right, let's remove the green screen now. Still a problem. Still a problem. Still slow. Okay, I need to remove something really quick. One sec, y'all. Give me just a sec here. Woo! Man, Unity's slow. Why this? I have a big question here. Why is Streamlabs in efficiency mode? What does that mean? Why would Streamlabs be in efficiency mode? In Google Chrome and Spotify? Let's end Spotify and see if that fixes it. Yep, Unity is really, really, really slow today. Oh, it's almost unworkable. Okay, let's try again. Give me a sec, guys. We're gonna have to take a look here. Just removing some stuff. Could be that I'm just so bogged down with my hard drive. Let's see here. I am. I'll look at the task manager. Hang on. Good grief. Let me try again. Hang tight. Ugh. I might have to restart my PC, guys. Yep. Wow. Look, you can see it occurring. Look, every like 4 seconds. Whew. I'll be right